Transforce 96 here, and this is just my review of the movie The Hobbit. So here you go. A movie review. I very seldomly do one of these. I just do movie reviews for big movies, typically with ones with toy lines that I collect. And I thought that this was a movie big enough to talk about. So overall, I am not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and it's not because I just don't like the Lord of the Rings. It's just I never got into it. I hadn't seen the first or second one. I've still actually never seen the second one. The first one I just watched for the first time, and the third one I haven't seen since it first came out. So I am just so not into Lord of the Rings that I wasn't really excited for the movie. And when it came out, I decided to go rent the first one. So I did watch the first one, and I did really like it actually. And so then I saw the movie, and I have seen it in the Cine Capri. I also have seen it again in the HFR 3D, and I'll talk about that experience too. But overall, the movie The Hobbit, I really, really enjoyed it. A lot more than I thought I would. And it's really fun, and it's got a lot of cool stuff. I think that one of the more reasons that I enjoyed it was I didn't really have any big expectations. If this was a really bad movie, really wouldn't do me much harm. I mean, if Avengers was bad, I'd be really upset. Or if it was just unsatisfying, I'd be really upset. With this one, I really didn't have any high bar that I usually hold when it comes to these big movies. So even if it was really bad, it wouldn't really matter. So that's why I think I enjoyed it a little bit more. And it's a fun experience. It's a very long movie, almost 3 hours. And considering that this is just from one book that they're going to do 3 movies on, I expected the movies to be more like 2 hours and 10 minutes because they had to expand so much just from one book. But they really made it long, which I'm a fan of. I love the longer movies, but I know some people don't, but I love it. But anyway, it was fun. They did a lot of stuff, and what's cool is because they had the 3 movies to explain the one book, they didn't rush any section. The sections were nice. They explained them. They went over them in detail. There was a lot of stuff that happened in each one, and then they moved on to the next one. It was a gentle pace, which was pretty nice, and it's a lot easier to watch that way, which is really cool. I did like that, and they had plenty of time to explain it all, which was just fantastic. And the characters. One thing I really loved is how they brought back old characters from the old movie. Even though, I'm not really too into the old movies, I think that it's just great when movies do that, and they did it really well. They have the old Bilbo Baggins. That's another thing. I don't know the names of these people very much, so for most of them, I don't know the names. And Frodo, he was in it. Really happy to see him in it. Even it's just a cameo, pretty much. He's just in the beginning, but I was really excited to see it. I saw it at Friday night Cine Capri showing, so all the big fans were there, and everybody was clapping when he came on. And they had Red Skull. That's the only way I can name him. Hugo Weaving, whoever his elf person is. Then you've got Count Dooku, the white what is it, wizard, and then of course Gandalf, Magneto. He's also reprising his role, and then the one woman, I don't know, she's like a witch or something. I don't know, but she was in it too. But overall, just great how they put them back into the movie. I really love that. The ending I thought was fantastic, really drawn out. It was pretty much 2 climaxes, which was really cool. There was the huge goblin fight, and the creature, it starts with a G, can't remember his name right now, but Gollum. There was that huge, goblin fight, and then the Gollum scene with Bilbo, which I really loved. I thought that was the climax. I thought that was going to end, and then the movie was going to end, but it didn't. Then we go into the orcs and everything, and then have that ending, which was fantastic. And then they end it with the dragon opening his eye, really just getting you excited for the next 2, which is great. I love that they did that. And the next 2 are coming out very fast, a year, next December, the second one will come out, and the December after that, the third one will come out, which I love. I think that's fantastic. As far as which way to see it, because there's many ways to see it. I mean, I think it's playing in IMAX. I'm pretty sure it is. There's also Cine Capri, there's the regular, there's 3D, and then there's 3D HFR. I've seen it in Cine Capri and 3D HFR. As far as the 3D HFR, I saw that one after. So I had seen it regularly first, and then I saw saw it in the 3D and the HFR. I really didn't like it. When it first started, I was like, oh, I can't believe I did this. I really wanted to see this a second time and enjoy it, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to. Unfortunately, it's very distracting. It moves very out of pace, and whether it's good, like it's actually, really cool looking or not, it takes away because you're used to the other thing. So when you see this crazy look to it, you're completely taken out of the movie, and it feels very odd. And it was horrible at the beginning because it looked like it was going in fast forward. To me, I thought, like, what? But so in the beginning, really didn't like that. And then after a while, you started getting really used to it until you really didn't notice it. There's a couple scenes where you notice it a lot. Overall, I really highly recommend not seeing it in the HFR. If you want to, definitely see it after you've seen it in the regular theater, so you can enjoy it for what it is and not be judging it for the strange look if you see it in the other way. So really recommend that you don't see it in HFR first. And it's not worth it even second. But if you want to see it because it's a unique way to see it, go ahead, it's fun. But yeah, there was only a couple scenes where it actually looked cool. The one scene that I can remember is when Gandalf. Oh, this is a spoil filled review. I'll put a link. I'll put a word message in the front. Anyway, when Gandalf comes and he does his magic thing with all the goblins and the dwarfs, that looked really cool with the HFR. I thought it gave it a really cool look, but that's about the only better thing I saw with it. Otherwise, totally just recommended seeing it in the regular way, and yeah. But overall, the movie, I enjoyed it a lot. I don't take my word too much because I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but this has definitely got me into it, and I think I'm going to buy some of the toys. I'm not going to go crazy, but I'll get a few, a couple of the goblins and the orcs. Oh, and if you guys know what that orc's name is, it's like something the Defiler, and he's got like a mechanical arm. I cannot find his name anywhere. If you could let me know, I'd like to know. And so overall, it was just really good. I'm gonna get a few toys, and so expect reviews on toys coming week or so, soon at least. And overall, I enjoyed the movie a lot, and I cannot wait for the next two to come out. I thought that it was just incredibly entertaining. Also, the trailers, I thought the trailers did it horrible justice. When I watched the trailers for the first time and a couple of the other trailers for it, I was just really not excited. It looked so boring, which, was a shame. They showed very seldom fight scenes. It was mostly just people walking around and talking, which is fine, but in all the trailers that I've seen, it was just that. So it looked so boring to me. I so didn't want to see it. But I was going to go anyway because, of course, it's a Hobbit. I see almost every movie that comes out. But anyway, so, I really wasn't looking forward to it. There is so much action in this movie. I mean, the two climaxes at the end, I don't even think they showed like one scene from either of those in the trailer, which was crazy because it's the biggest scene, and I really don't remember it from the trailer. Overall, it's just the trailer does it no justice. If you didn't like it because of the trailer, don't go by that. Just go ahead and see it. And overall, I really enjoyed it. So there you go. So that's my review, pretty lengthy review of the Hobbit. And yeah, thanks for watching.